One second. Yeah, to bring that infrastructure to your website, it is very difficult, and your application, and it is going to take a lot of time. Okay, and that day your application will go definitely down. Okay, so you have to wait at least some time, to get a server and add it to your pool and make it available for the application users, right? So that is not immediately possible if you are, if you are not in cloud. Okay, so if you are in cloud, actually they can add, several servers, whatever the required servers, to your pool, so that your application can come back immediately. Okay, and it can be available for the users. Okay, so there are a lot of competition in this cloud. So mainly, you might see now AWS and Azure and Google Cloud are the big players in the market. Okay, and yeah, right. So today, now I'm gonna continue with AWS. Okay, so how we can deploy one of our jar file, okay, application into the AWS. Okay, so for that, actually, we have to register in the AWS. Okay, website. We have to get a couple of users, okay, to log in into the AWS. Okay, so one second. Okay, so when you log into the AWS, okay, so it might take a day, or it might take a day, to verify your account. So there will be a lot of questions. Okay, but you can immediately log in, but the verification mail will be sent in a day, or more than that. Okay, so the login and everything will be same, like you have to fill most of the details, okay, in the login console. Sorry, one second. Yeah, so there's a website called uh, AWS free free tire. Yeah, so when you go to the AWS free tire, okay, so this one, free cloud computing services, AWS free tire. So just click on create a free account. Okay, so yeah, for this also, actually it asks your credit card details, in 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 the next screens. But actually, it is going to cost for $2, and it will you know send back, okay, those $2 whatever it has deducted from your account. Okay, yeah, until unless you are using the free services, I think we should be okay. Otherwise, into uh, the free services, if you exceeded, and if you're using them more other services which are chargeable, yeah, it will be charged to your credit card. Okay, so until unless if you are using free services, then we should be good. Okay, so I already created my ID. Okay, so you just need to give the root email address and AWS account name. So if it is both are same, you can just give that. Okay, and click on verify email address. Okay, so then it will be verified, and then the couple of questions will be asked. For the next account access, and later they're going to ask you to you know choose the tariff that you wanted to subscribe. So you have to choose the normal one, like the free version of it. And yeah, that's it. Once you choose it, you know I think we should be good. So you'll get an email with password related things, and yeah, other details directly to your email. You can log in after that. Okay, so there are so So there are other things. There are other things like that. Once you get the access to the root user, okay, log in with that root user. Okay, yeah. 1 second. Okay. Okay, 1 second. There is something which I have stored. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. I think I lost that 12 digit number. I did not store it. Okay. So let me go back. Okay. So I'll just log into the root user. Okay. Just a minute. Yes. Sure. Okay. Yeah. So if you see here, this is the AWS Management Console. Okay. So there are a lot of free trainings that are available on different topics. From the uh, eh, I'm not in. Okay. So yeah, I'm just changing it to Pacific Mumbai. Okay. This guys. So this is my the login. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, actually there is an account which I already created. Okay. For as an IAM user. Okay. So there are a couple of groups and everything which I've created, only for utilizing the application perspective. Okay. One second. Where are you? Mhm. Okay. So let us start with, this one. One second. Uh, Groups. Okay. This one. Okay, manage access to your AWS resources. Okay, so what we are going to do now. Okay, first, actually, whenever we create something, to the in the AWS, we make sure that it is accessible only for certain users, or certain group that we are going to do it. Okay, so what we have done, similarly, the user groups. Okay, I created a user group saying that H underscore developers. Okay, so under this developers, okay, who are all there, actually they will be having initial login. Okay, so they will be having the access levels that I can maintain using this group. Okay, so the initial user which I've created is H underscore dev. Okay, and this dev is already added in the group. Okay, so this this user is having administrator access. So how to create a new group, and how to create a new user, and how to edit them, I'm going to show you. Okay, so these groups are going to help you to share with your developers, or share with your team members. Okay, to access the AWS with the specific access type. Okay, let's say if you wanted to give some users saying that they are admins for these things, they can perform anything. And for some of them, actually, you're not going to give the full access. So you'll be giving a very read kind of access. Okay, so that they can view and they can learn you know to implement before they perform something, right? So yeah, depending on your requirement, actually, we are going to go with couple of different type of the access levels for your group. Okay, so for me, actually, I just created H underscore developers, and I just made it as only one user in it. And this is the administrator group, so that they can perform entire things, whatever I wanted to do it. Okay, so for this one, I have created one more extra user, that is H underscore dev. Okay, so how do you create a new user group? Just click on create group and give the necessary group name, and what kind of permission that you wanted to select. Okay, for creating that group, you have to give that permission, and it will be assigned to the group. Okay, so whoever part of that group, they will carry the assignment of that permission, whatever you have given in this. Okay, and whenever you go to the users, just click on users, create user, and add user, and then you can add a user. So whenever you are adding an user, actually you can select the groups as well. Okay, inside that group you can select it, and it will be assigned to the username. Okay, so here, I have created an IAM user. Okay, so this user is called as IAM user. Okay, so So this user can be, perform his steps, depending on the access level, whatever he has it from the group. Okay. So that's all about users and groups. Okay. So there are a lot of other things: identity providers, account settings, and policies. So yeah, you guys can go through them. Okay. So if you have any questions or something, you just ask me. Okay, I'll be around here only. Okay. So whenever you want something, you just give me a question. So I'll try to get back to you. Okay. And yeah, so once you have the user, okay, so you can actually log in to that user. Okay, so I did not enable multi-factor authentications. One second, what? 1 minute. Security credentials. Yeah. Okay, I lost this ID. No, I got it. Okay, let me log in there. One second, sorry. Wait, just a minute. Okay, so so I have created this user, yesterday itself. So uh, this user, is called as IAM user. So one of the this user is part of one of our group. So so now whenever you create initially, you are the root user, and under the root user, I have a global group. Okay, so under the global group, I have a user which I've created. Okay, so depending on the group level, actually that user will be having access to it. Okay, so in this case, actually, I have given admin access, for the entire group. So that's why, it will be everybody, the permission side, whoever part of this group, okay, will be having, the permission level as admin. Okay, so administrator access, the permissions. Okay, so yeah, let me just log out from here, and I'll just log in from the console. Okay, with I'm user. So it was asking for 12-digit code. Yeah. Username is still, and just find it. Okay. So I just logged in, with the user h_dev. Okay. So now let us discuss, the main topics. Okay. Whatever we have it under the AWS. Okay. So first one is EC2. Okay. So what is EC2? Okay. Okay. So generally, whenever you required something to be deployed, okay, into whenever you wanted to deploy your application, okay, so where do you deploy it? Actually, we deploy it into a server, right? So for the server, actually, we do have some environment like like Linux system, or Windows system. So whatever we have, that not the server type like Apache or Tomcat, but the resources, whatever we have it with that we're talking about. So we need a server instance which has to be created, for the Tomcat needs to be installed on top of it, and we deploy our application once everything is ready with the Tomcat, right? So I'm just taking an example of Tomcat, but it can be any of the server. So when it comes to the cloud, okay, our AWS, actually EC2 is represents that a kind of resources that it is going to give you, which we call it as server, right? So EC2 is the Amazon EC2 instance. Okay, so that's what we are going to create it, for to deploy your application over there, right? So you require some of the instances. Correct. So yeah, so EC2 is having to help us to create a certain server environment, and it will give you instance like this. Okay, so let me go ahead and create a new instance. Okay, EC2 dashboard and instances running. Okay, so I already have one instance which I've created. Okay, but yeah, so let me go there and I'll just create a new one. Why it is not showing this? Yeah, just a minute. Just a minute, 1 second. Okay, so let me do one thing. Okay, I'm just deleting this server terminal instance. Just a minute. It's the dashboard. Okay, it's terminated now. Okay, so there are regions, okay, to get up, get your instance, for your application. So the recent, like, the very nearest region is our Asia Pacific Mumbai. So I'm just gonna select that, okay, and we'll get a instance from this particular region, okay. So just a minute. So I already have a couple of them, okay, already in the HDAO. Okay, let me terminate this instance as well. Okay, so it is a very best practice, okay, if you are not using any of these servers or EC2, anything, whatever you are, you got it from Amazon. So just, once you're done with your testing, you just remove, you just need to, delete those things, okay. So what I'll do, actually, I'll try to give the steps in a video, and I will share it within the WhatsApp, or or a PDF, that help you to create, these instances. So let us directly look, actually, how we can deploy an application, okay, directly to, the uh, Amazon Web Services, okay, AWS, okay, cloud environment. Just give me a minute, okay. So what I'll do, I'll just generate this jar file, okay, for this hello world.java, okay. So this is it is having hello world controller, and it is going to give you just hello world, okay. So I'm just creating new world, okay, clean install. Okay, so how do you deploy, right? There is a Amazon uh, bean stack, Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, so what is Elastic Beanstalk, right? This is the main one of the future of AWS. Okay, so this Elastic Beanstalk is going to help us, to build some of the applications, and you can also run and manage those web applications very easily. Okay, so let's see, how it is going to help us. Okay. Uh, I'm just clicking on applications. Okay. So you just need to go to the Amazon Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. End-to-end application web management. Okay. So just click on create application. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, 01 hyphen hello hyphen world. Okay. So this is my project name. Okay. Whatever I have it here. And yeah, the jar file is successful. It created 01 hello world snapshot.jar. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just coming here. Okay, the platform is Java, and you have to make sure that the current running version, okay, of your Java, it should be either equal, or it should be like yeah, highest version of your local when it compared to that. Okay, so So whatever it is trying to say, it is asking you, do you want to create the code from ourselves, or you wanted to upload your code? So for now, actually, I'm gonna upload my code, okay, as a file. So choose file, and the maximum size it is saying as 512 MB. So let me go there and just go to the target and get the snapshot jar. Okay, and yeah, in the configure more options, actually, we have to just check it whether the load balancer is enabled or not. Okay, there is no configuration with the load balancer, so we should be good. And the security, okay, service role is this. Okay, next updates, no network configuration. Yeah, so it is very plain network configurations. You don't require to anything to correct it, okay, or edit it. Okay, so until unless if you have some issues, when you click on create app, so it will take around 5 to 10 minutes actually to create this app. Okay, and it is going to perform, it is going to create all the uh, you know instances, server instances, and it is going to deploy, install the Java environment, whatever you have selected, while creating the application. So once everything, all the resources has been placed, and then it will deploy the jar file, whatever we have given it to it. Okay, so it is going to deploy, and the final version that you will be able to see it on the screen, the application is deployed into AWS. Okay, so this is how we use Elastic Beanstalk, okay, to deploy the applications, whatever we are using it. So there are many other ways that you can do it manual way also. Like you can create your own EC2 instance, and you can push the Java software in it, and there also you can deploy it. Okay, but this is the best, easiest way to deploy your application to AWS. Okay, so yeah, let's wait. Once it is ready, I'll show you. Yeah, it is still loading. Okay, so just give a couple of minutes. Yeah, meanwhile, EC2 virtual servers. Okay. Okay. So when I click on launch an instance, okay, if you see here, it is asking for the server name. Okay. So the default server name that you can give, whatever the server name that you wanted to create. Okay. Before it is getting created, actually, I'm just trying to finish the EC2 instance, how you create it. Okay. So on the launch an instance, okay, so you can just give some server name. So if it is a dev environment, I'm just giving it as h_dev. Okay, and dev underscore server. Okay, server. Yeah. So and default is like if you wanted to go with the free one, free tier. Okay, you have to select Amazon machine image, or if you want to go it with Amazon Linux to AMI. So we have to select these things, okay, which are only free tier, okay, free tier eligible. Okay, so I'm okay with Amazon Linux 2023 AMI. So I just selected that, and it is free tier eligible. And okay, so this is also the instance type. So what type of instance that you're going to choose it. So I'm going to choose like one CPU and 1 GB memory for this service. Okay, for this server. Okay, so one CPU and 1 GB memory is the free tier that it is eligible for us. So you don't require to like pay anything for these things. Okay, so there are other items, the other instance type also. Okay, that you want, if you wanted to add more CPU and more memory depending on your application, you can still do that, using this instance type. Okay, it seems like my mouse browser is not working. Okay, so generally it will show you there are a lot of other options under this instance type. Okay, depending on the your application usage, you can select those things. Okay, but this is very basic application, so we don't require much. So yeah, we have to go with the free tier eligible. And yeah, KeyPair login, actually I already have a KeyPair which is created. I think treated might be. One second. Okay, so if you wanted to log in with a key pair, okay, so what you just need to do, you just give your enter key pair name, and you don't require to change anything. It is should be rscn.pm, and just click on create key pair. That will be downloaded to your to the browser. Okay, so keep that key pair in your local, so that we can connect with that key pair whenever you guys are connecting with Putty and WinSCP, to this server. Okay, so that's how it does. And yeah, so the last one is like, if you wanted to go with the storage, okay, so how much storage that you needed, everything that you can add it over here. So this will be added to your, the same bucket, and the free eligible customers can get up to 30 GB of EBS. Okay, so 30 GB, will be available for you for free. But yeah, there are some conditions that we need to learn. Okay, so whenever if you are using more than some amount, okay, of application, sorry, of the data storage, okay, so it is always like chargeable. Okay, it will be getting charged to your the credit card. Okay, so okay, let me go back and just check it whether this is available or not. Yeah, okay, so if you see here, the application is deployed now, and it says like running version. It is 01 hello world source. Okay, the first version. And it says the health is also okay. And yeah, so you see a lot of things over here. It created a lot of things for you. Okay, so the configuration, what it is configuration. Okay, so configuration shows like so what all it created for you. Okay, so softwares, this is a Gradle Home, M2 and M2 Home, log streaming. Yeah, so there are other things that it got disabled, but yeah, so but it is available if you are going to enable it, depending on your depending on your this thing, like your application usage. Okay, so it also created an instances for you. Okay, so this is the security group for this one. And yeah, it created multiple monitoring interval 5 minutes. And yeah, so lot of other things actually it created for you, instances and software, and the capacity. Okay, and load balancer is not there, that's fine. Okay, rolling updates and deployments. Okay, so security EC2 key pair, yeah, it actually created a EC2 role. Okay, so I think this is the role that we used to create that application. Okay, so monitoring, yeah, we'll be having CloudWatch, and the other custom tools that you can monitor your environment. And yeah, so when I come back to here, so if you want to run this application, right, like, whether it is deployed or not, you just simply, click on this link. Okay. So it should, yeah. So if you see here, it gave me the Hello World Java V1, and this is like, from your Amazon AWS, right? Amazon Web Service. So what you have done, we have deployed a project using Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. And it is, it generated a URL which you can get the access to that service. Okay. So the service is working fine now. Okay. So it gave me Hello World Java V1, right? So what is Hello World Java V1? If I go back, check here. So there are Hello World controller. Okay. So which is displaying, the value for this one, Hello World Java 1. Correct. So this application is working fine in the Beanstack. Okay. So there are no issues. Actually, application loaded properly and it started working fine. Okay. So this is how, like, we generally deploy an application. Okay. To the AWS, but this is very basic thing. Okay. So we can deploy the, what do we say, the MySQL database, applications, or any UI related applications. Okay, so all those things were there. Okay, so if you guys can refer to my previous video, the last training video, and you'll be able to understand, like, there was a couple of things that I cannot able to cover because there is a new batch that it is going to start from day after tomorrow. Okay, so if you guys can refer the previous videos, okay, so you'll be able to understand the React related application. And I'm going to publish couple of other steps, okay, with the React related application, how you can deploy it into the AWS using Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, so that part, actually, I'm going to publish a video, and that will be available, in the playlist. Okay, whatever we have it earlier. So you guys can just go through that. If you have any questions, to let me know. Okay. Yeah, that's all from my side. So any questions, for.
No, sir, I'm good. Where is it? Where is this playlist, sir?
Okay, it was published in the group itself. Okay, so if you want, I can share that. 1 second.
Okay.
Just a minute. Yeah, if you see here, right? Yeah, if you see here, these are all the playlists which we already created. Okay, for some of the things. Okay, so guys can go through these things. I think so. March. This is March. Yeah, if you go with this one, February. This is data course. Sorry, January batch. And yeah, data. Yeah, I think this one. The January batch. Okay, so you might be having the playlist for the React and the final application, whatever we created in there. let me ping you. And this is. Yeah, 1 second. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Tomorrow class is there, sir, or today's last class?
Today is the last class actually. Okay. Tomorrow, from day after tomorrow, I think, again, the same thing will be repeated. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, but I'm gonna cover some of the things. I'm going to skip it actually, and I will spend more time on the last topics like the AWS and React in the next session. But yeah,
That
the
means
basic things. Yeah, sorry.
then end of the session, I think end of the April, if I join, it will be better. Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Yeah, yes, please. That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, sir.
because this month actually, most of the people are like, they were asking very basic questions, and they wanted to go with the basics more, so that's why we got delayed. Yeah, but the next week, I'll continue at the same pace. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Anita. Bye.